I just gonna go there and win the fight.
It doesn't seem to me like you fell into this trap. But let me just present the idea to you that has happened in the past. I keep comparing it to older fights, but a lot of times a guy gets to a certain point in his career. This happened to Larry Holmes. He'd beaten all the heavyweights, and at a certain point he said, I don't want to fight the good young heavyweights anymore. They're not worth the money to me. It's a hard fight. Think you can do that to Crawford, or do you think Crawford's a different kind of fighter?
I think Crawford have more pride. That's what I feel, and that's what I think. He have more pride, and I think it's not gonna be the same. He's gonna try to do something and try to win, and that made me feel happy, because at the end of the day, we're there to put a great fight and see who's the best, right?
Canelo Alvarez's live interview has shocked the boxing world. Canelo gave more than just sound bites. He revealed details about his practice sessions with Jiren Boots Ennis and candidly expressed his feelings about Terence Crawford's speed. He explained how he plans to fight the biggest fight of the decade. And you can be sure that Crawford heard it. Bud has already answered the interview question and talked about Canelo's moves at training camp. The argument between these two legends just got a lot more heated. What did Canelo say? Why do his fans say this is the most honest talk he's done in years? What does Crawford say in response? Let's get started. Like most interviews, it started with a question. There were calm questions and helpful answers, but Canelo dropped a bombshell minutes later. He said that he had been training with Jiren Boots Ennis, who is one of the best and most dangerous young boxers in the world right now. Canelo told him that Ennis had called and offered to fight. For Canelo, who likes tough, high-level sparring, the choice was clear. Of course.
To work with Boots, did you work together one time? Was it over multiple days? And how was the work beneficial?
Yeah, more than one time, yeah, and he helped me really good, and I'm very grateful with him. We have history because 14 years ago, his older brother, Pooh Ennis, helped me for when I fought Shane Mosley and Alfonso Gomez. So that's why we have history with the Ennis family, and I'm very grateful with him taking the time and go there and give me some work.
Do you think anything? Was there anything in particular that you guys worked on that you feel like was beneficial?
No, he worked his team. He's very similar to Crawford. He switched guards too. He's fast and he's a pretty good fighter. So I work really good with him.
He even told a story from his life. Derek, Boots' bigger brother, helped Canelo get ready for Sugar Shane Mosley 14 years ago. Boots was only 14 years old, but he was already outstanding. After many years, he has proven himself to be a world-class boxer. He's a switch hitter, he said in Canelo's camp. He helped me a lot and is capable of performing the duties of both guards. It's not just random fighting. That was done on purpose because Boots Ennis most mimics Terence Crawford with his explosive, switch-hitting style.
I was here, Keith. You ready?
Yeah, of course, baby.
Okay, we're good.
This way?
Yeah,
Man, you know, it's a fight you ain't gonna want to miss, man. One time back. I told you the comeback 2025. It's a key.
What do you think about Ennis joining Canelo for the Crawford camp?
Hey, good stuff.
You think that matters?
That's beautiful.
Anywhere.
That's beautiful, man. You know, when you
Good move.
that's world class. That's, you know, I mean, it's the best switch hitter he can get. That's not his opponent, you know. It's champions working with champions, you know. In the modern day and age, man, you don't get that a lot, you know. It reminds me back when I was supposed to fight Marcos Maidana, and I got Sean Porter for sparring.
Thank you, boss. You're the best.
You know, so I like it.
Think about how useful this island is for planning. In the middle of a fight, Crawford is known for being able to change stances and beat his opponents. Canelo knows he needs someone in camp who can do that again. And Boots and Ennis is the only thing that is like Bud, but isn't.
What is there to talk about? You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. You know, that goes to show, you know, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me. Because, you know, if I haven't fought anyone, if I was too small, if I was, you know, all these things that all the media say I was, then he wouldn't need these guys to help prepare him to fight me. He wouldn't, you know, need all the help that, you know, he's getting. But I'm happy that he's getting the help that he needs because, you know, after September 13th, there would be no excuses.
This shocked everyone in the fighting world. Some fans thought it was a fantastic idea. Canelo is getting ready with one of the best young boxers living. Others saw it as desperation, an admission that he knows Crawford's way of doing things is terrible and that he needs more help. In either case, it shows one thing. Canelo is not joking about the fight. He is practicing with the best opponent he can find to get better at his weapons. Terence Crawford knew what was going on, of course. His response was very bud.it was sure of itself, calm, but sharp.
He's not me.
Yeah.
As much as a lot of people, say we have similarities and, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, and I'm not him. So.
Yeah. Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Yeah, once again, he's not me. He's trying to get to where I'm at. He's where he at, I'm where I'm at. He got a long way to go.
Crawford simply said that Boots is an independent person. Even though he can practice with anyone, it's not the same as fighting me. You can't copy the way I act. What happens when I'm in the ring is something you can't copy. That answer is just psychological warfare. Crawford is not putting Ennis down. He likes Ennis, but he stresses that no amount of sparring, no matter how good the other person is, can ready you for Bud's killer instinct.
How sure are you today that you win this fight?
I'm 1,000% sure now. You gotta think. Going into a fight, you don't know what's going to happen. You can get injuries. He can get injuries. There's so many things that goes on in a boxing match. The judges, the ref, just everything, preparation. So you're not 100% sure. If a fighter say, "Oh, I'm 1,000% sure," they lying. Because you got to go out there and perform at the end of the day. And I'm more than ready to go out there and perform this Saturday.
That is the scary part. Crawford has always been sure that he knows how to beat Canelo, and Canelo's actions in camp cannot change that. Things did not end there, though. Canelo went much further and answered one of the main complaints people had about his most recent fights. Early in your career, you were polished, the interviewer said. You moved your upper body. You hit back with a punch off the ropes. However, in the past few years, you've appeared more like a fighter who seeks and destroys. What took place? People were shocked by Canelo's answer. I don't need it, he said. I don't have to move around that way when the fights are slower. But I'll need it because the fighter is fast and throws many punches. With Crawford, I'll need it.
They say that's fake. Come on now. Come on, man. We working, man. That's a little hard work, It ain't nothing.
That moment stands out in my mind. Recently, Canelo stated live on TV that Crawford is the type of fighter who prompts him to showcase the old Canelo, known for being a great defensive boxer, quick counterpuncher, and all-around fighter. After that, he made fun of his fans even more. We'll find out Saturday night. I think I'm still there, and I feel better than ever. The interviewer said Canelo was like middleweight King Marvin Hagler because he could box, fight, and change his style for any opponent. He also asked the important question, if Hagler did that to Roberto Duran, will Canelo do the same thing to Crawford? Or will he beat him up like Hagler beat up Hearns? The way Canelo answered was scary. There are many things I can do in the ring. I need to be smart and careful, but I also need to work hard. Translation: get ready for a full arsenal. You can expect movement, power, pressure, counters, and a mix of Canelo's best styles. The size issue then came up. The reporter asked Canelo if he would try to make the most of his natural size advantage or get smaller to make himself faster. Canelo didn't think twice. I need both. I can do both at 168. That is a strong claim. Both of these things are challenging for most fighters to do. You are either tall and strong or thin and quick. Canelo, on the other hand, thinks he can handle both at super middleweight. He knows that Crawford is different. He could only use his strength against people like Gerald Charlo. It will take more to beat Crawford.
But Diaz said that he thinks Bomac might throw the towel in to stop the fight.
Oh, could be. In boxing, everything can happen, right?
Do you believe you knock him out?
Yeah, why not?
The most shocking thing about the interview, though, was possibly how much Canelo liked Crawford. He agreed that Crawford is more proud. He's not just going to stay alive. He's going to try to win. That's a lot, but isn't being ignored by Canelo. He knows that the war isn't about making money. He is sure that Crawford will make history. In fact, that's why Canelo says this fight makes him more motivated than ever.
And I think everything is gonna come along.
There's high stakes for both fighters in this fight. But when I think about your position, I think most people feel this way. Canelo does not have a lot to gain because if he wins, I think it's going to be a great fight. But if you win easily, I'm going to say, like everyone else, well, Canelo is too big, right? Like that's what everyone's going to say. But if you lose, the stakes are high. He lost to a little guy, right? I mean, you must hear this, right? Do you feel it at all?
No, it's just opinions. For me, it's just opinions. No, I know Crawford for me is one of the best fighters in the last years, and he accomplished so much. So for me, means a lot this win. So, and either way, for me, opinions is our opinions.
Canelo also talked about what was at stake. He was pushed by the reporter. Isn't it dangerous for him to fight someone smaller? If he wins, some people will say that it is because of his size. They will say that he lost to a smaller opponent if he does. Canelo didn't care about it. Ideas are still ideas. I'm thrilled about this win. Crawford has been one of the best players in the last few years. For me, this win is crucial.
And Canelo only need one punch. You know what I mean? That really, basically, that's what it boils down to. I think Canelo only need one shot to change the game or change the fight. Crawford gonna have to stay consistent and win out. He's gonna have to get ahead and stay ahead. You know what I mean? And then also looming is the controversy. Can Crawford win a close decision? I could never win a close decision. I never won a close decision. That's what's looming. I think if Crawford is gonna guarantee victory, he gotta stop him.
A man who ain't been stopped.
He gotta stop him, bro.
Yeah, challenge.
So that's gonna be the challenge. So I like Bud. I've always loved Bud, bro. But he in for a hell of a fight. If Saul show up, it's gonna be problems. You heard me?
This is all you need to know about Canelo. There's no need to show the fans they're wrong. He wants to prove something to himself and show that he can still beat the best, no matter what style they use. And here's something that many fans noticed. The whole chat was done in English by Canelo. There's no voiceover or safety net, just him being himself. He also said that interpreters don't always get his real meaning across. He now feels comfortable saying what he wants to say. It was truthful. It was a person. Canelo was showing his fans the real him. That's the reason why this conversation looked different. It wasn't all a big deal. It was a naked Canelo Alvarez who showed respect, confidence, and weakness all at the same time.
Always went with Crawford this fight. It's nothing against Canelo, because Canelo's a hell of a fighter. I don't know how he is as a person. Neither guy, I don't know how neither of them are as a person, but I like Crawford for challenging himself. Like, that's the type of things I do and I've done. So I like anybody that's willing to challenge themselves. Whether it's money or not, you still have the heart to go in there and challenge the bigger guy. So, but I think it's gonna be, I think if Crawford uses his boxing ability, then it'll be a better fight for him. If Crawford wins, then it makes his resume 10 times better.
We got a couple more days and y'all gonna see Canelo fighting Crawford. So I ain't got no comment on who gonna win a fight, you dig? If Crawford do what he's supposed to do, he got an option. If he don't beat Canelo. Simple as that. You know? If Crawford don't do what he gotta do, he gonna lose. Don't ask me who gonna win. I'm not the judge of the fight. I'm not even fighting, you know? I'm just trying to... Yeah. I'm back to the Pebble Beach or the Maybach. The Rolls Royce, sorry. So sorry. I'm sitting in the back of the Pebble Beach.
And here's where we are now. The boxing world is completely split.
All right, what's up, guys? I'm here with my boy Anthony, Executive Club, getting a fresh haircut. But just want to talk about Canelo Crawford is coming up this weekend, and everybody's excited. Here in Vegas, the electricity is in the air. So, look, even though these guys are, combined almost 80 years old, it should be a good fight. And let me tell you why. Crawford is coming up 2 weight classes, and he's coming off a year's layoff. So that's a huge advantage for Canelo. If Canelo forces his will on him, he'll probably be 190 pounds inside the ring on fight night. I give him a great shot in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round to knock out Crawford. If he doesn't do that, then Crawford is going to box his ears off. It might be another Mayweather versus Canelo. Remember when Mayweather was just schooling him and making him look silly? That can happen again this Saturday. So everything has to be perfect for Crawford. He has to use his footwork. He has to use his speed, his combinations, his ring IQ. He has to stay disciplined. And Canelo, all he has to do is take Crawford's punches. But he cannot be comfortable inside the ring, because if Canelo's comfortable, 12 rounds will go by fast. I mean, you take a look at the fighters that have made Canelo look bad. You have Bivol, you have Lara, you have the Cuban kid. I'm not sure what his name is, but he ran all night. You have Mayweather, who made him look silly. Canelo cannot handle boxers. That's the bottom line, because he's too heavy on his feet. But Crawford, his downfall can be his heart. His downfall can be, his abilities to stand in there with you and trade punches. Because if you get caught by Canelo's punch, you're going down. You're going to get knocked out. So this fight, I have it a close decision for Crawford if it goes to decision, and late knockout between the 7th and 10th round for Canelo.
Netflix is promoting this fight as the biggest boxing event in decades. And this talk is happening at the same time. Each utterance intensifies the flames. The fight with Boots Ennis is the story. Another intriguing thing he said was that he needs to bring back Slick Canelo for Crawford. Another is how much he cares about Bud. The news is all over it too that we closely scrutinize every word in podcasts, shows, and Twitter posts. Some say Canelo told everyone how he plans to play. Some say he's just playing. But the point is that everyone is talking.
This fight with Canelo going.
I'm definitely going to win the fight for sure. But, I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think he's going to bring the best out of me. I'm going to bring the best out of him. And it's going to be an exciting fight.
This is where we are now. The world of boxing is very split.
Stay still. Work time! Come on, guys! Look at Paul! Hey, he's gonna feel it too. He's gonna feel it too. He's gonna be here too. Come on, brother. It's all about Bud. Work time! Yes, Turkey!
That's all there is to it. Fans were shocked when Canelo Alvarez gave his most honest talk yet. Before he said that he needs the old Canelo to fight Terence Crawford, he fought Jiren Boots Ennis. It wasn't just talk. It gave us a look into the mind of a champion getting ready for his biggest task. Does Canelo's plan work? Or does Crawford have it right? You can't get ready for what happens when Bud steps across the ring with sparring, training, or talks. Tell us what you think will happen in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and follow Boxing Motive. I'll see you soon.